talk about some ministers of our country, those who are having a lot of wealth, right? And if we only call billionaires on the carpet, that will be our misfortune. Because to be the owner of 8,500 crores takes a lot of sleepless nights. It takes a lot of failures. It takes a lot of risk to be a billionaire. And more than 8,500 crores we are discussing. Why are we here to call the billionaires only immoral? More or less everyone, every citizen of this country, every citizen of this world is immoral. There was a problem with billionaires. If there is a poor person, or if there are have-nots in our society, that's not the problem of a billionaire. Perhaps they are not trying hard as the billionaires or even the millionaires or multi-millionaires are trying. Our failures can't be justified with the problems or with the gains of the billionaires. That is our problems. And we have to solve. It's not my responsibility. I'm here to earn money. If I think of myself that if I were a billionaire, how would I behave? There are so many things in our constitution or in the taxation of our country. Say, for example, capital gains tax. Now, what's that? You are selling some of your asset, like gold, maybe land, maybe some property, and you are getting some profits out of those properties, and that amount can be taxed, extra amount. For example, you are earning 30 lakhs, but once upon a time you purchased a piece of land at the amount of 10 lakhs, so you'll be taxed at 20 lakhs. This is the loophole of our system. Otherwise, billionaires are owning different offshore companies or shell companies. Because our system gives them the opportunities to build those offshore companies or to build some NGOs as well. Say, for example, there is a term in the economy that is the CSR. Corporate Social Responsibility. Every billionaire or even a millionaire has to pay 2% of their profit. Maybe they are making 500 crores and they have to pay 2% of 500 crores as their responsibility. But what the billionaires are doing, they are donating that 2% to their own NGOs and getting that money from their own NGOs. Because it is there already in our system. So before you blame, or before we are here to blame our billionaires, we should blame our systems. First, we need to change our systems lock, stock and barrel. If someone is dying out of poverty or out of hunger, that's not my responsibility being a millionaire or being a billionaire. Come on, that is your problem. That is your weakness. That is your debility, that you can't be as strong as a billionaire. And that's a problem in our country. I have seen that many people do support Elon Musk. He is not even an American. He was born in New Zealand, perhaps, if I'm not wrong, or maybe in South Africa. They are supporting Bill Gates. They are supporting different billionaires who are outside of our country, but they don't support Mr. Gautam Adani. They don't support Mr. Ambani. They don't support these billionaires. They feel that these billionaires are looting us. Why that? We should support our billionaires. They are doing a lot of things. They are always motivating us every day. If you can't be a billionaire, then you can be a billionaire sometimes. That is the motivation we are getting from Mr. Ratan Tata. I do not have that stamina or rather power to call Mr. Ratan Tata a dishonest guy. Do I have? I don't have. What have I done for my country? Nothing. Zilch. And I am here standing on the green and telling billionaires are immoral. Come on, give me a break. It's not possible. Billionaires like Bill Gates and his wife, I've forgotten her name, although I'm sorry for that. They have donated almost their wealth to the charity. They are doing 90% of their wealth. $200 billion. Mr. Gates used to hold $200 billion. We can't even imagine that amount of money. And 90% of that amount he has donated. Mr. Ratan, we know very well Mr. Ratan Tata, right? Very well-known person, and would never forgive him. Forget him. Sorry. And all the dogs are allowed to his companions, to his institutions. All the dogs, stray dogs. This is the motivation we are getting from the billionaires. Now, some of the cricketers, he mentioned, I don't want to mention the names, some of the cricketers, well-known cricketers, our captain, we call him Captain Cool. You know what is he? He's a farmer. We call Mr. Khan, Mr. King Khan. His daughter is a farmer. Seriously, her daughter is a farmer, and Captain Cool is also a farmer. Mr. Tendulkar is also a farmer. Because our system gives them the opportunities to become farmers and not need to give taxes. That's the problem. So again, I'm telling you, before you call them on the carpet, we should change our system fast. Very fast. So for example, there are so many companies in our country, they have been registered in Singapore. Why so? Now it is in Dubai. Why so? Now it is in Mauritius. Why so? Because there is no capital gains tax. There is no income tax. They are going to those countries. And that is also called tax haven. They don't have to pay taxes. Now why are they doing? Because they don't want to lose their hard-earned money. Come on, it's your money. And if you're living in our country, say for example, you are earning more than 10 lakhs. You'll be taxed 30%. That means income tax gone 30%. Now, right, it is 12 lakhs right now, but before 2025, it was 10 lakhs perhaps. Right. Now, if you buy a car, you'll be taxed here. Road tax, sales, these, that, and all. And when you will sell that, you will have to pay taxes as well. So, almost all of your money is gone. What should you do? What should we do? Should we pay taxes? We have to change everything. We just can't call them immoral. They're fighting. They're the fighters. Now, someone who is getting the wealth from their parents and inheriting that wealth, like Mr. Akash Ambani. All right, I'm not talking about them, but most of the billionaires are self-made billionaires in our country or in the world. Most of the billionaires and millionaires as well. So it's not a fruitful thing that we're discussing right now, that we are calling them immoral. Because that's the motivation we are getting, driving force we are getting. Now, if you are thinking of different poor people, have-nots, or those children, those who don't have proper education, then we must talk to the billionaires, we must get a system. Because we are paying a lot of taxes in terms of income tax, in terms of direct tax, in terms of GST, DGST rather. So we are paying a lot of taxes. Government can do a lot of things rather than blaming and playing blame games. So I don't think, upon my humble word, billionaires are at all immoral. They are doing their work. Alright, and if you want to change something, we have to change our system, then we can call them.
They can also manipulate the system because they have a lot of money and they can control the power.
Yes, manipulation is done by not only by the billionaires, even by a councillor. So call the councillors on carpet first. Not only by the billionaires, starting from the councillors. Councillors.
It's again the money.
Yes, you talk about the government employees. Aren't they taking hush money? They are taking other table. So what's the problem with the billionaires?
You are opposing the system, that's why you are.
No, I'm not opposing the system. I am just trying to tell you what are the loopholes we have in our system. And we have to change it.
They can change it also.
Yes, I don't want to see myself in hell, obviously. If I were a billionaire, I would never like to see myself in hell. So I would like to change that. And it is always said that this country or any country isn't run by the government, but it is run by the billionaires or the influential people, the wealthy people. Right? Say for example, BlackRock. We know BlackRock. Some of you may know BlackRock, right? Recently, they have purchased the stakes of CC2, perhaps. South City Mall, BlackRock, gigantic company, right? They are dealing with different companies and purchasing different companies. So they are dealing with those things, and they are doing a lot of work for the society, donating a lot of money that government even can't do. If I call Mr. Elon Musk on the carpet, before I call him on the carpet, I have to think that he is the one who is talking about electronic vehicles, who is talking about climate change, who is trying to change the climate and making our life easy, and who is trying so hard to change our life, lock, stock and barrel, everything. We should be thankful to them. We should be very much thankful, grateful to them, rather than blaming them. If you talk about Mr. Adani, he sponsors a lot of games.